The top 10 richest families in the world in 2025. Disclaimer. The distinction between state assets and family assets is often blurred, making the exact valuation of most royal families difficult. But one thing is certain. These families have wealth so deep, their grandkids' are already set for life. When rich becomes a family tradition. Money talks, they say. But for these families, money sings opera, drives supercars, and occasionally buys an island just to host the concert. Welcome to the world where last names open every door, private jets are basically Ubers, and family meetings look more like economic summits. These aren't just rich individuals, they're dynasties. Generational powerhouses who've turned their legacies into global empires. So grab your metaphorical caviar spoon as we count down the top 10 richest families in the world in 2025. From media moguls to oil tycoons, candy kings, and retail royalty. Let's dive in, starting at number 10. 10. The Thompson family.
Country, Canada.
Estimated net worth, USD $87 billion. Source of wealth, global media and investments. Founding ancestor, Roy Thomson, 1st Baron Thomson of Fleet. Home base, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The story of the Thomson family is a masterclass in quiet power. Roy Thomson started with a single radio station in Ontario and transformed it into a media empire. From newspapers to television, he built one of the most influential media dynasties in modern history. Today, his descendants control Woodbridge Company Ltd., which in turn owns a massive stake in Thomson Reuters, the financial information and media giant that's practically the oxygen of global business data. While they don't flaunt their wealth like some flashy billionaires, make no mistake, the Thomsons are quietly pulling strings behind the scenes. In Canada, their fortune is so vast, it could probably fund free healthcare twice. Their power lies not just in their money, but in their influence, controlling how the world consumes information. Subtle, smart, and strategic, the Thomsons prove that silence can be golden. 9. The Wertheimer family.
Country,
France. Estimated net worth, USD $88 billion. Source of wealth, luxury fashion. Chanel. Founding ancestor, Pierre Wertheimer. Home base, Paris, France. If elegance had a surname, it would be Wertheimer. This French family are the proud custodians of Chanel, the luxury brand that turned simplicity into a religion and a little black dress into an eternal fashion statement. It all began when Pierre Wertheimer partnered with Coco Chanel in the early 20th century. Fast forward to 2025, and his grandsons, Elaine and Gerard Wertheimer, have transformed Chanel into a multi-billion-dollar global powerhouse. Perfumes, haute couture, handbags, and those iconic interlocking C's, every stitch, every scent screams sophistication. While the brothers are known for their extreme privacy, you're more likely to find a unicorn than a Wertheimer interview, but their brand is synonymous with luxury. Owning Chanel is like holding the keys to the kingdom of desire, a business where exclusivity is the product. 8. The Ambani family.
Country,
India. Estimated net worth, $99.63 billion. Source of wealth, conglomerates, Reliance Industries. Founding ancestor, Dhirubhai Ambani. Home base, Mumbai, India. Welcome to Mumbai, where the Ambani family basically redefined what wealth looks like in modern India. The late Dhirubhai Ambani started from humble beginnings, selling yarn and textiles, but had the vision to build an empire. That empire became Reliance Industries, India's largest private company, spanning petrochemicals, telecom, retail, and digital services. His son, Mukesh Ambani, now steers the ship, living in Antilia, a 27-story skyscraper home so extravagant it could fit a small neighborhood inside. Reliance Jio disrupted India's telecom industry, bringing cheap internet to over 1 billion people, proving that business smarts and bold risks can go hand in hand. The Ambanis also throw weddings that look like Hollywood meets Bollywood blockbusters, with guest lists featuring Beyoncé, Rihanna, and every world leader you can think of. Rich? Definitely. But the Ambanis also represent ambition, innovation, and the dream that you can start from nothing and end up building everything.
7. The Mars family.
Country.
United States. Estimated net worth USD $133.85 billion. Source of wealth, consumer goods and pet care. Mars Inc. Founding ancestor, Frank C. Mars. Home base, McLean, Virginia, USA. You know that sweet little candy bar that got you through childhood? Yeah, the Mars family made it and got $130 billion rich doing so. Founded by Frank C. Mars in the early 1900s, the company started with simple chocolate bars and exploded into one of the world's largest privately owned corporations. Mars, Snickers, M&Ms, their candy empire is legendary. But they didn't stop at sugar. The family expanded into pet care, owning brands like Pedigree, Whiskas, and even veterinary services. So whether you're feeding yourself or your dog, chances are you're funding the Mars fortune. Despite their candy-coated riches, the Mars family stays out of the spotlight, living by one motto: keep it private, keep it profitable. If Willy Wonka had a real-world rival, this family would own his factory by lunchtime. 6. The Al Saud family.
Country.
Saudi Arabia. Estimated net worth USD $140 billion. Source of wealth, oil and royal assets. Founding ancestor, the Al Saud. Home base, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Power, oil, and gold, the Al Saud have it all. Ruling over Saudi Arabia since the early 20th century, this royal dynasty has transformed desert sands into economic powerhouses. Their wealth flows from Saudi Aramco, the oil giant that fuels not just cars, but the entire Saudi economy. While some of their assets are technically state-owned, the royal family's personal stakes and influence make them one of the richest dynasties in the world. King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS, have modernized the kingdom, investing in tourism, tech, and entertainment to prepare for a post-oil future. With palaces the size of small cities and gold-laden plains, the Al Saud family live in a world where luxury is part of governance. You could say they've got all the money in the world. 5. The Koch family.
Country.
United States. Estimated net worth USD $148.5 billion. Source of wealth, conglomerates, and energy. Koch Industries. Founding ancestor, Fred C. Koch. Home base, Wichita, Kansas, USA. When it comes to old-school American capitalism, the Koch family are practically royalty. Fred C. Koch started by refining oil and built Koch Industries, one of the largest privately owned conglomerates on Earth. His sons, Charles and the late David Koch, turned it into a multi-industry empire, covering energy, manufacturing, pipelines, and even paper products. Today, the Koch family wields immense influence, not just in business, but in politics and philanthropy. Their economic reach touches everything from the fuel in your car to the paper towels in your kitchen. They're the classic example of the American dream multiplied by a billion and wrapped in corporate secrecy. 4. The Hermes family.
Country.
France. Estimated net worth USD $170.5 billion. Source of wealth, luxury goods, Hermes International. Founding ancestor, Thierry Hermes. Home base, Paris, France. You can smell wealth before you even see it when it comes to Hermes. Founded in 1837 by Thierry Hermes as a harness workshop, the brand evolved into one of the most exclusive luxury houses in history. The Hermes family has passed down not just a company, but a culture of craftsmanship, exclusivity, and that subtle flex of having a bag with a 5-year waiting list. Their leather goods, scarves, perfumes, and silk ties represent not just fashion, but timeless art. And let's be honest, owning a Birkin isn't just a purchase. It's an initiation into a secret society of ultra-rich elegance. Unlike flashy luxury brands that scream status, Hermes whispers it, and that's why their fortune continues to grow even 2 centuries later.
3. The Al Thani family. Country. Qatar. Estimated net worth
USD $172.5 billion. Source of wealth, oil, gas, and global investments. Founding ancestor, the House of Fani. Home base, Doha, Qatar. Next up, the Al Fani family, rulers of Qatar and masters of turning natural gas into global influence. Their fortune is largely derived from Qatar's massive natural gas and oil reserves, but it doesn't stop there. Through the Qatar Investment Authority, QIA, the family owns slices of everything, from London skyscrapers to luxury hotels and even stakes in companies like Barclays and Volkswagen. Their investments stretch across continents, blending old-world royal power with modern financial intelligence. Under Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Qatar has become a global player, hosting the FIFA World Cup, funding universities, and investing in the arts. The Al Thani family has shown that you could rule a tiny country and still play big on the world stage. 2. The Al Nahyan family.
Country,
United Arab Emirates. Estimated net worth, USD $323.7 billion. Source of wealth, oil, gas, and sovereign investments. Founding ancestor, the House of Nahyan. Home base, Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. Now we step into pure opulence. The Al Nahyan family of Abu Dhabi. Rulers of the UAE's capital, their wealth originates from oil, but has since diversified into real estate, global finance, and sovereign wealth funds like Adia and Mubadala. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, MBZ, the president of the UAE, is the face of modern Middle Eastern leadership, blending tradition with futuristic vision. Under his leadership, the UAE has become a global hub for business, tourism, and innovation. Their wealth funds collectively manage trillions in assets worldwide. So when the Al Nahyan invests, entire markets move. Palaces glimmer in the desert and private jets line the Abu Dhabi skyline, but behind the extravagance lies a dynasty that understands the real currency of power: diversification. 1. The Walton family.
country,
United States. Estimated net worth, $432.4 billion. Source of wealth, retail, Walmart Inc. Founding ancestors, Sam Walton and Bud Walton. Home base, Bentonville, Arkansas, USA. And at number 1, the Walton family, the undisputed monarchs of modern capitalism. Their story begins in 1962, when Sam Walton opened the first Walmart in Arkansas with a simple idea: offer low prices to everyday Americans. That idea became a global empire. Today, Walmart is the largest retailer on the planet, employing millions and generating hundreds of billions in revenue annually. The heirs, Jim, Rob, and Alice Walton, are each individually billionaires, with fortunes so large they could buy entire cities and still have change left for lunch. The Walton family's wealth represents not just retail success, but a transformation of how the world shops. From physical stores to e-commerce, they've evolved with the times and dominated them. While critics debate Walmart's labor practices and market influence, one fact is undeniable: the Waltons turned bargain shopping into the most profitable business model in history. The dynasty effect. And there you have it, 10 families whose names are practically synonyms for wealth. From the luxury of Parisian fashion houses to the oil fields of the Middle East and the retail aisles of Arkansas, these dynasties remind us that money, when managed across generations, becomes something more than wealth. It becomes legacy. They built empires that shape our world, from the way we shop, dress, communicate, and even fuel our cars. So the next time you buy something at Walmart, fill up your tank, or grab a chocolate bar, just remember you're probably helping one of these families stay on this list. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into generational wealth, smash that like button, subscribe for more fascinating breakdowns, and don't forget to turn on notifications, because next week we're diving into the world's youngest billionaires. And trust me, their toys are wilder than your dreams.